You just tuned into the Whatever Bro podcast, featuring Fall River's own Joey Scotty. Get ready for hilarity, vulgarity, and sound guy Jeff. With funny man Justin Cross.
Can't wait to dive into this meat of the topic, and rip it apart with our teeth.
Brought to you by Podcast City. Wow. Welcome one, welcome all. This is the Whatever Bro podcast. It's been a bit.
Where are we?
I'm lost.
Where the fuck are we right
Mommy,
now?
where am I?
Whew.
We're in a new studio. Now, technically, it's episode 48.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how to get to the details there, but we're in a new studio. I like to call it Hurricane Studios. That's
It
what
sounds,
I like to call it.
Fall River City,
Fall River-
hurricane.
Podcast City.
I think a hurricane in Fall River City is
A tropical storm,
Yeah.
Hurricane City.
absolutely, man. Wow, this feels like
I
we
thought we
retired
were-
from the game.
I thought we were on the set of Hostel 3.
Yeah, dude, if you guys could see, it doesn't look like this in here.
No, what's on camera looks beautiful.
Yes.
I like the spot though. It's wide open. I mean, the last few places we were in were a little smaller.
Well, it was
just-
funny. I was
just like a room. It was a bedroom.
I was watching some of our podcasts, so I was putting them on YouTube, and you could see we slowly started to decline in motivation because it was like we had like a really good studio. Then we tried it from a house.
Exactly.
Eh.
Our production value just went down
Dude,
slowly.
hey, at the last episode was me and Joe on a couch with shitty lighting and a cell phone camera. It was like, I think it's time to hang up the gloves for a little while.
Yeah, what did happen? Actually, as a member of the podcast, I don't even know why we stopped doing it.
It was, sadly, I wish there was more drama to tell, but it was kind of just like
I got burnt out.
Kind of getting burnt out. We were doing it every week, like religiously. And then I don't know how long we would go on, but it would be over an hour always.
Well, think about it. We got to a point where like we didn't have much more to tell.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was every week, and then we got burnt out.
Yeah.
So we took some time
With-
off.
With this time around, we kind of just want to do it as we feel like doing it. If that's weekly, cool. If we want to skip a week,
Yeah, because
cool.
we were doing it every week, and it was like I don't feel like fucking doing it right
we'd
now.
be at work and we'd just be like, "So, dude, do you have like anything we can talk about?" Like,
I was like, I don't feel like talking about anything. I just want to go watch TV. And that's what happened for me. What about you, Just? Did you just show up and we weren't here?
Yeah, basically. I was like, when's the podcast? Just hanging out in an empty studio?
yeah.
Nobody told me shit.
Lights are off.
And we forgot about him in the intro, but Jeff, the sound guy, is here. He's in training though. He's a Jeff in training.
A JIT? And JIT is that?
Jeff in training, absolutely. We don't have a video camera for him yet.
Yep. We got James. James has hooked it up. I'm very happy with like everything that James has
Without
set up
James,
for us with mics and green screen.
We'd be here just looking at lighting and green screens. Right now.
Exactly. James has hooked it up. So now it's Jeff's job to live up to James somehow.
Yeah, and so far,
No,
not good.
No.
You're doing
He's
terrible.
killing it. He's already showing me stuff, and my mind is blown.
Yeah, absolutely,
We
man.
don't have stuff like that on my podcast. Free your geek.
Luckily,
Oh, nice plug.
I like.
Plug.
See now, Jeff, unlike us, has been podcasting when we were off the air for the last couple years.
Yeah.
Our last actual show, we did like a living room show, which looked
Fucking
ghetto.
gross.
It was on my couch in my
Yeah.
living room,
We just look beat to shit. We're just like, we got nothing.
and it was February 2018.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Okay.
So that's a year and a half ago?
Yeah, but with a studio, it was like over 2 years.
Yeah, man. This, I feel rejuvenated.
Yeah,
We have
it's good.
we have a lot. Things have changed.
Yeah, I had the pre-podcast jitters. I'm gonna call it
Did you?
that.
Yeah, little butterflies in the stomach?
Yeah, I was, and I don't know why, because anytime we've done a podcast in any studio or even in my living room,
We
I've just
murder
been
it.
like, oh man, this is pretty laid back. But we haven't done it in a while.
No, we got other people in the studio watching and,
Yeah.
hurricanes zip running in and out.
Yeah, I think he actually got locked out briefly. But he's back.
So wait, what is different? I know when we were all here last time, we were all single. Right? Are we
Yes.
still all single?
No.
You're
I am
not single.
I'm in a relationship. Yeah.
How long have you been in this relationship?
Oh Christ, we don't keep
'Cause
count, but
I don't
couple
know.
years.
No shit.
Couple
So
years.
basically, after the podcast, that's why you left the podcast.
I wouldn't blame it on that.
Ooh, now there's your answer.
He get all that whatever bro pussy. Just came rolling in. That's how we get the girl in the first place.
That was
Listen,
it.
that's
Yeah.
what happens in our business.
He used the show to get his girl, got his girl, and was like, fuck this.
Yeah. I
Left
don't
me
need-
on a couch.
I don't need this anymore.
Left Scott crying on the couch.
Yeah, man. Shit. And then you're in a relationship, right?
Welcome
Yeah.
to The View, where we discuss our relationships
I just want
on
to.
air.
I just think it's funny that you
I'm
guys are in
Barbara Walters.
relationships and I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
still single.
I just found it. I wanted to make it a joke. I'm sure Justin doesn't want to talk about it because it's very viewish. But Justin and I are both in relationships, and we both are stepdads. We play catch with our stepsons. We teach them how to ride bikes.
I don't think-
Before you know it, we'll
Dude,
teach them how to
25 people
shave.
just signed off this podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, listen,
Wait,
I'm
let-
still single.
Let me say something. If I'm gonna get a girlfriend, it takes me like years of planning, research. You know, I gotta.
Chloroform.
Yeah, yeah.
Set the basement up.
But I feel Scott has had like 7 girlfriends. For every one girlfriend I have, Scott has like 7 or 8 girlfriends. You dive in, but they're short-lived.
Yeah, they're
very
very
short.
short.
You're in and out.
You know, it's funny you say that. So I, in this time, did have one girlfriend.
Yeah.
For, I think it lasted 29 days. I met her. I met her.
You didn't even justify it with a month. 29 and a half
It was-
days.
dude, I met her, and that's from the time I met her. She was 25, super hot, and you know we were like messing around, and sex was good, and she was cool to hang out with. And I thought, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
But then-
make her my girlfriend.
But then you realized you had nothing in common because you're
No.
10 years older.
Yeah, nothing. Like if I wanted to talk to her about something serious, she would want to text.
Yeah.
Like when I broke up with her, she was trying to do it over text. I'd call her, she wouldn't answer. So I had to go to her apartment and like be like, you need to come downstairs so we could talk about this like adults.
And so I can help you with your phonics homework. Yeah. Got it.
But this is what happened. Tell me what you think, because this is what did it for me. Like I didn't think it was gonna work long term anyway, but she was cool to hang out with. She was fun, honestly. And then we would have sex, but she wasn't really into birth control at all, like any type of it. So if I brought up,
I hope she's listening.
Not even pulling
she
out.
probably has a baby already with someone. No, I was kidding. She has another boyfriend, so I don't.
Gotcha.
No.
So one of those, I want to get married. I want to have a kid. I want to live with you.
She didn't say that.
Okay.
She didn't say any of that.
But you
But her actions spoke a little louder than words. So let me just put yourself in my shoes. We're having sex and unprotected. So I, honestly, after every time, I'm like, I have anxiety. You know what I mean? Like, do I just get this girl pregnant, Mike?
Yeah,
like
Scott's
what?
Scott-
You know what I mean? Mike knows what I'm talking about. Like that shit's scary. So that's right. No, listen, I pull out anyway, but I still get nervous. So she'd be like, "Listen, I can't deal with all your anxiety after we have sex," and I'm like,
No, what are you doing afterwards? That
no, it would be like the next day.
Okay.
I'd hit her up, start thinking like, "Oh my god, what if I get this girl?"
So
pregnant?
you will just text her with a bunch of worries and
yeah, kind of like a ward. You
like,
know
hey,
me.
can you go get tested?
Yeah, I'm like, you want to go to CVS real quick and like, I don't know, 24-hour thing, whatever. I'm like, so I would get nervous. Point is, now I mentioned to her birth control pills, which she's like, no, I'm not doing because it, messes with my hormones, which I get, but there's different kinds. So I said, all right, birth control, no. Condoms, no. I will not have sex with a condom. I'd rather not have sex at all.
what's a condom?
I don't know. Apparently, it's this rubber thing you put on your. I don't know. It's weird. Some of the kids use it, I guess. But basically, any form of birth control that I mentioned,
She was against.
there was. So I'm like looking at these actions, like,
Yeah.
Oh, so now you're getting paranoid and you're thinking
When you're
maybe-
first dating, that's kind of a red flag. Not a red flag, but
Well,
it's
like,
kind of like, oh, what do I
wouldn't
do?
if you didn't want to have kids? Wouldn't you be like, I also want? She didn't have any interest in any. She's like, just pull out whatever. And I'm like, no. So I think she was like trying to trap me. Maybe not, but I just feel like a girl who, like most women, are on birth control or are not gonna be with somebody.
Now, it's funny you bring her up because we got her in the studio.
Hey!
Walking through no.
Why are your pants off?
I really wish she was here.
I wouldn't care. She probably would go like this. She'd go to yell at me and then text me.
How dare you?
Yeah. So now here's where here's the punch to the stomach is I was like
she got pregnant and you punched her in the stomach.
that's exactly what happened. I knew it. She was like, all right, I'm fine. I'm gonna go on birth control. And she's like, well, now that I'm on birth control, like you can come inside me, right? And I was like, wow. So I threw it on a flight of stairs and I
Oh,
poured gasoline
man.
on her and lit her
Poor
on fire.
girl.
No, I had to break.
Man,
I had. Isn't that
our views have dropped?
Isn't that though
tremendously.
isn't that the time you go, all right, And she had a full-fledged argument with me about how that's normal to want to come inside of someone but not have kids. And I was like, I don't. I'm
Wait,
like,
yeah, no, I think I'm on her side. That makes,
All right.
I mean, that makes sense, right?
No,
She
it-
goes on birth control. That's why you go on birth control.
that's
so you
okay. This was her argument, but like,
Can I have her phone number? Or-
Yeah, see, that's the part of it where I agree with Justin.
all right. So here was my thing. Why did she? Now I was like, what does it matter if I come inside of you or not? I was like, I just want to be double, extra careful. And she was adamant that if I'm gonna go on birth control, you're gonna come inside me. 'Cause that's why I'm doing this. And I guess I see her side, but I'm like,
It's a down ass bitch.
yeah, but isn't it? Would you be like? Would you?
That's what
go
I call a
ahead.
dream girl.
29 days, though, you've known this girl. How much can you really trust this girl?
That's of course not. I didn't trust her. Of course I didn't trust her.
No,
What if she's not
I-
taking
I
her birth
agree.
control?
Wait,
and she says
exactly.
she is. Yeah.
Did you have this? Did you have the big A talk with her first? Though?
Like asshole, like boo in the butt.
yeah, anal. No, I was, no, I was talking about like, hey, listen, if things go wrong and you do get knocked up,
You'll
are you
take care
down
of
to,
it,
you know,
right?
Yeah, I was like, basically, I was like, if you get pregnant, we're just gonna go on a boat ride, and I'm gonna come back alone. I figured that was, that drove the point home. You know what I mean?
By the way, do you have any cinder blocks at
Yeah.
home?
You got any rope? No, so that freaked me out, and we had an argument, and she was adamant about it. And I was like, if you want me to come inside you this bad, this is just weird. So I'm just gonna break it off.
So you never had the abortion talk with her? Like, if everything goes wrong, are you down? Because that's the move right there. I
No,
find.
no.
You guys just had conflicting thoughts.
I just feel like she should have just been a little more proactive about being on birth control.
I'm on,
Or why not just use rubbers? Like,
yeah.
dude.
I don't know.
I'm on this girl side. Cause she's like a party chick. She's like, yeah, just nut inside of me, whatever. Fuck condoms,
That's what
pull out, whatever you want to do. Most guys, I think, in that situation are like, fuck yeah. But then
And that's why they
again-
become dads.
Then again, then they have like. That's
But
how they get
Scott
kids.
has a level of anxiety that
Is
is a little.
through the roof.
It's higher than us.
So I overthink everything. So I would think
no matter
pull-
what
ev-
the situation is, he's gonna be
even
always,
pulling out, I was next day going like I think she's pregnant.
You're thinking worst possible scenario all the time.
Yeah, and I end up living with that. It's kind of silly, but so it sucks. But I just feel like she could have been like, all right, I'm gonna go on birth control. You don't have to come inside me if you don't want. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's all I was asking for, So
I will
So
say.
that's what you've been up to.
funny how you guys have the relationships and I end up telling my fucking
Well,
story.
that's the thing with relationships. Even though they're boring to talk about, you don't got to worry about that.
no.
You figure out what the plan is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you don't have these weird talks.
Yeah, and I felt guilty too because she's a young girl. I took her, kind of like made her my girlfriend, and then that freaked me out and kind of like kicked her to the side, and she got over in a week. But
Yeah.
I was just like,
I can't do this.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you guys found gems, man. So congrats.
Back to the abortion thing. I am talking shit. I am talking shit, but I have had more than one friend with the girl that said, "Hey, fire away, hit
And-
me with your best
And
shot."
then if it happens, I'll take care of it.
No, I'm on birth control. There's 0% chance I'll get pregnant.
Well, it's
and
a
then-
one.
And then they find out later that they were not on birth control and were lying and were intentionally trying to get pregnant, which I think
Trapped.
should be like a jailable offense. That's fucked
That's
up.
fucking
God,
nuts.
yeah.
That's fucking nuts. Listen, that could have went that way because I only knew her a month. I didn't fully trust her. What
That
if-
happens all the time, by the way.
And yeah, that's that's downright sociopathic.
Oh, yeah.
To lie to someone that you're on birth control and then trap them for life.
and it
essentially.
happens every
It happens.
fucking day.
It happens every fucking day, several times a day. I bet.
Yep.
I wonder if you had like an audio of talking to a girl, her saying she's on birth control, and then like bringing that to a judge, like, do I have to pay child support?
Nope.
Because listen
That's
to this.
not gonna work.
No,
No, because
you tried it.
According to this screenshot,
Yeah, I thought maybe if you had audio to the judge, like, hey, this is her telling me she's on birth control, and she
No,
wasn't.
no, I
Here's
know-
her blood. Here's her blood sample. She's not.
for sure, for
I
sure,
got a drop
She's dead,
of
by
her
the way.
blood. I also have a lock of her hair.
that for sure wouldn't work because if you know those situations where like it's always like a 13-year-old kid in maybe high school, middle school, and for some reason he's got a hot science teacher that's crazy and will fuck him.
So jealous of those.
So
yeah. That
so
never-
basically, so legally she raped the kid even though he was willing.
Yeah. Yep.
But in some of those scenarios, the teacher has gotten pregnant,
Yes.
and the baby daddy, who's like a kid, is like, "Hey, I don't have to pay child support, right? I'm like the victim of rape."
yeah.
And in every case, the court has ruled against the kid,
And he still has to take.
even though
he was raped.
even though he was technically raped.
Yeah.
He still had to pay child support. So I don't think
Now that's a problem because he was too young to know what the fuck he was doing. Like he knew he was young enough to know what he was having sex, but he didn't know like, oh, I can get her pregnant, and he
Yeah.
didn't know he wasn't he wasn't an adult yet.
If we could slightly switch gears, though, how bad when you were a child did you want one of your hot teachers to be like,
Still
"Hey, what
bothers
do you
me.
say we go?"
Still bothers me
because
today.
look how often it's happening now. When we were in school, it was like, "Oh man, these teachers won't put out."
I know, dude.
Now all you gotta do is send them a text and maybe a nude.
Yeah, and be like, I need help with my homework. It's a wrap. You know, it's funny because when I see the pictures of these rapist girls,
Yeah.
teachers, I'm like, I just get instant jealous. Like, why couldn't that have happened to me when I was in school?
Oh yeah, and then
So pissed.
But the parents of the kid are like, oh, I can't believe they took advantage of my child that way.
Bullshit.
And then-
Haters,
but,
man.
Yeah.
But then if you talk to the kid privately, he'd be like,
I
can't-
smashed
can't believe
Mrs.
I-
Robinson, bro.
You know the dad is high five.
No shit.
You know.
See, it's different. Listen, when a
It's
kid,
probably a low 5, so nobody sees it.
if the kid's 12 or 13, though, dude, I'm sorry, that's not rape. That's just, I mean, it's still fucked up. Don't get me wrong that that a woman is interested in a 13-year-old
Oh,
boy.
if it's a
It's weird, but it's the kid gets an erection and wants to have sex. It's not. It's different.
13 is young.
Yeah, but I was already masturbating at 13, right?
Nice.
You know, I was already.
You just had that down though, like that's the age it started for you.
It was actually 8th grade, so 12.
Gotcha.
I was home alone in my St. Anne's uniform.
Oh no.
I was like, I didn't know. You know, they talk about like when we were kids, be like, oh, jerking off. I didn't know what it was really. I just would say it, and then I was rubbing my
Boom.
dick one day, and I was like, why is this getting like crazier and crazier? And if you remember at that age when you have an orgasm, some kids like nothing comes out, but you have an orgasm, so there's no cleanup.
uh-huh.
It was amazing for a couple
Well,
months.
that sounds ideal.
Yeah, no cleanup, fantastic.
Dude, these teachers gonna be out of their fucking minds though. I mean, if anyone can't keep a secret, it's a 14-year-old boy, right?
No, dude, these
and,
girls are nuts.
and is there a bigger secret than you fucked your science teacher, your hot science teacher?
It's something that you would have to brag about immediately.
You have like
You have to.
You don't have a choice.
Especially as a guy, you want to tell everyone.
yeah,
Yeah.
man, of course, and that's like the biggest
But at the
thing in your
same
life.
time, you're like, if my parents find out, I'm dead.
Yeah, these
So
girls.
then do you tell people? Like, it becomes a matter of what's more important, everybody knowing and me being the cool guy,
There's
or
no
my
yeah.
parents killing me.
yeah, but
There's,
if
there's
you're
no way I
like-
can keep that secret at
yeah,
that age.
if you're 14, 15, good luck.
And that's what,
keeping
to
your
his
mouth shut.
point, these women are crazy because they should know that this kid's not going to be able to not tell his friends who are going
Yeah.
to tell their friends, and it's going to get out. And that's probably how it always gets out, right?
And what a bizarre fetish. I mean, some women are into like,
Yeah.
like firefighters or whatever. What? What?
I don't know. That's pedophilia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it's a hot woman and a teenage kid,
It's weird.
Everyone's just kind of like,
Yeah, good for him.
hey,
Th-
bro.
But there was like way back when we were kids, Mary Kay Letourneau started hooking up with her student.
Yeah.
She has many kids with him now and is married to him.
She went
now.
to jail. He waited for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still married, but they were married for years.
I believe that. Yeah, I believe that. That was when he was what? He was like 12, 13.
Yeah.
She was like a cute blonde.
Yeah.
And
They're always hot blondes.
yeah, those hot blonde
Every
teachers.
time they're hot blondes.
Oh yeah.
So basically, if you know someone in your family who's a teacher and she's blonde, look out. Look through her fucking phone.
Yeah, we in Catholic school we didn't have so many options.
No, like one.
They were either nuns or middle-aged women or
That's it.
we had very few attractive.
There was
teachers.
one English teacher I remember.
Yeah, she was
Mrs. Kurt.
she was the hot one, but everyone else was a nun or old. Or,
Yeah, we went to a private Catholic school, so it was like, and how weird is that now? We went to a Catholic school for 8 years, and we go to like in Catholic school we go to religion class, and then right after that we go to science class. And I was like,
yeah,
Yeah, wait a second.
exactly.
that's the weirdest
This
thing.
is a little contradictory.
Yeah, we were too young to really know, but it was like that's how fucking stupid it was. Is they'd be like, here, the Earth was created here, but next class, religion, the Earth was created here.
God created you, and then the next class is
Dinosaurs.
well, the world started with monkeys.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, and now I don't think any of us are religious, right?
No.
No,
No, especially not that guy.
no.
Yeah, certainly not.
You're a raging atheist.
I wouldn't say I'm
Are
an
you agnostic like me?
Yeah, I'll go with agnostic.
And agnostic means
You just you're just not quick to just believe
Right,
something. Like
that's it.
that's what religion is. You're not just quick to believe, oh, hey, everything in the Bible happened.
Well, I mean, show me one religion that's not absolutely ridiculous. Christianity or Catholicism or Mormonism. And then Catholicism, talking about child molestation. I mean,
yeah.
is there a bigger organization for the mass production of
Yeah, pedophiles.
pedophilia?
Yeah, that's the craziest part too. Is like the priests. A lot of them are molesting boys and then trying to preach the word of God, and it's fucking. That just makes it
Crazy.
worse. But the agnostic, for people listening, I think the difference. And correct me if I'm wrong, but agnostic means you don't believe. Like you don't look at anything and say, I believe that. Whereas atheists will say, Catholic, that's bullshit. Like, I won't say it's bullshit. I'll say it's probably bullshit, but I'm not going to sit here and say your religion is right or wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of just free and saying I don't really have beliefs. And I think people, like religious people, have a problem with that because they don't think if you don't have a religion, you can't be a good person. And that's
Yeah,
where the
yeah.
problem is. It's like, no, that's not true.
Yeah, I think there's an agreement that a lot of people think there's something, there's a higher form of something. I just, nobody knows what it is. All you have is what other religions left behind
Yeah.
years ago. It's like,
Before they knew anything
yeah,
about.
how
yeah.
long ago did all the, Jesus stuff happen? And we're supposed to just be like, I believe it.
That's still true.
Yeah. That's like the secret game where, I start off telling a secret. By the time it's on the other end of the room, it's a totally different secret.
That's part of it too.
Now, imagine that times, thousands of years.
It's come on. We're at a point where it's like something so old. Like, we've already scientifically proven like half the Bible wrong,
Yeah,
right?
can you believe that people still go to church? I have friends that go to church still just because of their parents, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You're wasting your time.
It's strictly, though, for the parents.
It's it's for the parents. But I mean, I go to Catholic mass if there's a funeral or something, that's the only time I go to a Catholic mass. But it's just absolute gibberish.
I'll go on holidays to make my mom happy,
Right.
but I stopped going to church when I was like maybe 22. Best decision of my life.
Yeah.
I can't sit there. And with Catholics, every mass is the same.
Yeah, it's
The
like,
only difference is the sermon. Like a priest gives us a little story or whatever he wants to say.
and his
Everything
stories, let's
else
face
is
it, are gonna suck.
They're
He's
terrible.
not getting pussy. He's not doing
Exactly.
drugs. He's not partying.
What
What
life-
story is he?
And he's still somehow sinning, by the way.
Yeah.
What life experiences does that man have that
yeah.
I want to listen to?
yeah,
That's why they have to go into the Bible and be like, oh, shit, what story am I going to talk about today?
right.
I'm going to compare this life lesson to whatever the hell Peter did thousands of years ago.
If they would just adapt it.
Or what he
to-
did with Little Peter in the confessional.
Little Peter.
But you can't talk about those stories.
Speaking of the priests molesting boys, hold on.
Did you bring in a men's health?
This is a men's health magazine, by the way.
gonna say.
I got it from I was at the gym, and this was laying on next to my machine on this page.
Yeah.
And I was like this. I got to the first word is pornography. I'm just gonna read a couple things from here because get your
Couple
thoughts.
excerpts. Yep.
I started reading between sets. It says pornography isn't inherently a vice. Watching it isn't inherently detrimental. The problem with porn is the volume, and the porn industry is a volume business. This basically goes in to say that people are watching porn way too much to the point where it's ruining their social skills with women, and you know what I mean? And so there is a point to that. And Jeff's nodding his head because Jeff just
Jeff's
watching
been-
porn right now,
Jeff's
actually.
jacking it right now. He's off camera. You can't see, but he's cranking
Is
it.
Jeff masturbating again?
He's cranking.
It says over the past decade, research has linked pornography to sexual dysfunction, problems with arousal, attraction, and performance. So it's basically saying that, like, if you watch porn too much, it can actually psychologically kind of damage you in terms of having relations with the opposite sex.
Yeah, I think a big part of that is when you first saw a pair of boobs as a kid on TV or whatever, you just had a raging erection, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's forbidden. That was the part of it for me for years.
Yeah.
You can't see girls naked.
Right.
So when you do, it's like,
And then you saw regular sex, and then just, same thing. But porn really ups the ante because you just have endless amounts of scenarios and sex scenes.
and it is ridiculously
Yeah.
far now. If you, I mean, I can't even go on a website without at least like say I want to go on porn, at least seeing something that I'm like, ooh, and to get something to get me like, ooh.
Oh, so that grosses you out? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like there's always some crazy, like that's how crazy porn is now. Is like nobody wants to see regular stuff. There's all this. There's just like clown porn, fart porn.
Clown
like-
porn?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. There's,
What the?
yeah.
what
What
would
is
you
that
call?
ca-
What would you call that? A different genre?
Genres of
All
it's,
right.
It's absurd. I mean, there's
Categories?
scary stuff on there, man. There's
Yeah,
gaping, just gaping assholes
crazy
is
stuff.
a
Scary stories to tell in your ass. I
It-
remember you guys grew up with those books, right?
There are foot enthusiasts, if you like. feet.
yeah, yeah. And the things they do with feet are not.
Oh, man, yeah. There's a category called rosebudding. I don't know if you guys are familiar with
Yeah, only because I did a video like this where I looked at everything.
Oh,
I think you
okay.
told me to look at rosebudding. What was that?
I'm
Because I
not
forgot.
familiar with rosebudding. I don't think I want to be.
I saw it. Whatever it is,
I still, having seen it, I still quite don't understand it, but
I'll tell you because I watched it.
it's
Just
the
remind me.
well, from what I understand, like a girl can somehow through like a stomach contraction, take her colon and put it outside of her body, and it looks
yeah.
like just
Okay.
an organ that should.
Okay,
be
so
in
wait,
your
this-
body.
And let me guess, that's in your internet history.
And the word,
right
and
now.
the word
right now.
It's in my favorites.
You know when? Yeah, you know it's
You bookmarked
It's
it.
bookmarked, yeah. I
she like
bookmarked
she
her-
does
her
something
book-
with her butthole where it like opens up a lot.
Yeah.
and,
Have you ever seen the movie Aliens where that mouth comes out of the little mouth comes out of the big mouth? It kind of looks like that.
Oh
And
my god.
the worst part about it is the dude. So it's disgusting, obviously. Like her colon, an organ is out in the air, right? She's just like, ugh, and she almost has to kind of poop it out. It's gross. But as part of the porn, and give this guy a raise, like the male actor has to be like, oh yeah, like just what I wanted, just what is gonna get me.
That's some
rock
good
hard."
rosebud.
And then he'll like massage it. Yeah, it's fucking it's dark.
All right, I did take it back because I didn't see that far. I just saw like the butthole.
You finished before that.
Yeah, I was already.
You already.
I was done.
Yeah. As soon as it.
Yeah. I would say.
Blossomed.
I would say, but it's like anything else. Porn is a problem. Like that is cheeseburgers, drinking beer, like anything. If you do anything in excess, it's gonna fuck you up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh yeah.
If
Also, there is a desensitization. If it's like you can start off with just regular man, one woman,
Mm.
and that's what
Back
gets
in
you.
the old good days.
Yeah, and then it's like you gotta throw in another girl, and then you gotta throw in then
Some kind of weird. Yeah,
her
weird.
organs are falling out.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just say kids. Like, imagine being a kid. We didn't have this when we were kids. We had what, magazines?
Well, maybe
and-
it was there. Maybe we just didn't find it.
No, because when we were kids, the internet wasn't popping like this, right?
No, you're right. But you like.
The colons weren't popping out; they were staying,
Yeah.
staying in the
The
woman.
rose buttons were
But
staying in.
at the time, I don't think our mind was open enough to be searching anything crazy either, or even stumbling into it. But you're right. The internet wasn't as big as it's.
Yeah, like
now.
kids now can get anything we can get because
Like-
they got phones.
Yeah. So now it's different. You can get anything now.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
My
Back then,
my
it's like-
friend's son, she caught him on his phone. He had it was like double anal or something. And
How old's the
Christ.
son?
I think he's like 15, so he's not too young, but it's still like Jesus Christ.
Too young for double anal.
Double anal.
Yeah,
I didn't even know
hectic.
double anal existed until last year.
When I was 15, I was all Double Dragon.
Double what?
Double Dragon's a video.
Oh,
game.
the
video
video.
Good.
Sorry, we don't speak dork over here, Jeff.
Jeff, anytime you want to pop in, that's fine, man. Just hover on that mic.
We did
I know.
sound effects for crickets and all that.
Jeff needs a chair too.
Yeah, grab it. You got that chair,
Oh,
man.
Jeff, you get it.
Take a seat. Get on the mic, man. No, yes, grab a chair.
I'm gonna see what's going on here on our post of the podcast here.
It's
Sure.
just Scott's mom saying you guys are doing great.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty
Just
much
be
just
your-
Scott's mom.
Just be yourselves.
What do you got to talk about, Justin? You got a notebook there.
Oh, I got a few topics here. Well, I figured, I mean, we're back, and there's a lot going on in the local news. And he was a former guest.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Some might say we made the man's career.
Yeah,
Jazel.
this is something I really wanted to delve into today.
Is it Jazel? Jazel Career.
Jazel. I'm
He-
glad you finally got his name right because it's not just you either. 90% of the population doesn't know his name, yet most of them are so passionate about him. Like his supporters, some of them don't even know how to say his name. They call him Jasil or Jaziel or, it's never pronounced correctly. Anyways,
And you're the resident
when
mayor expert. So
I guess you could call me that.
I'm hoping you can break it down for me because just been vaguely aware of the news.
Yeah, he stepped down recently. But it's not like a off the ballot step down or resigned. He stepped down, and basically he's taking a break while the president and the city council is like the standing mayor. But now there's somebody running that people think is running for him. So he basically said to someone, "Hey, you're going to run now in this new election as a write-in candidate, just to see if you can win." So that if you win, I can then be part of your.
Oh, so he
team.
wouldn't come back as mayor. He would be like co-mayor in that scenario.
No, but he's not going to win. He knows he's not going to win. But there's somebody now running, who is basically pals with him, who he's trying to get her in instead of himself because he knows that he's not going to get.
Well, what's in it for him in that scenario?
I don't know. He could possibly be on this person's administration, but she's not going to win. So it's a she.
Will he come back on the podcast to clear his name?
I don't think we'd let.
I don't think so.
Is he going to jail? By the way, what's the deal?
I think he will. But
Yeah.
I don't know. He's got to.
I don't know how
Go
much
through-
we can talk about this stuff. But
No, he needs to go through like the court still. I think he has a court date in February.
he did a lot
maybe.
of bad shit, right?
He did.
I'm like
now
that-
when we interviewed him, we this was before all the charges. This was when he was in there, and people like, well, all right, this guy's gonna lead us to the promised land. And then all this shit came out like maybe a year after we interviewed him.
Yeah. All right. So when we interviewed him, this was like pre-crimes, any of his crimes, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he was doing them, but we didn't.
Alleged
we,
crimes.
yeah.
Yeah. Or it
Alleged.
hadn't come out yet.
Yeah.
But at the time, I remember thinking, man, this guy's got some great ideas for the city.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's very well spoken too. He's like good at a debate.
Smart guy.
Very smart
he
guy.
He had a plan for the city. I mean, develop downtown.
Yep.
And on the interview, he was telling us one of his ideas was to bring in as many pot shops as the city could handle. If
Yeah.
you guys remember.
And look where that
That's
went.
right.
If you look now, it's
He
like,
was
yeah,
extorting them all, right?
he was extorting them all. So I wonder if that was an idea he had back then where he was thinking, yeah, they're going to come in. but
Oh, I'm
gonna-
sure. Yeah.
I'm going to get the VIG, as they say.
I saw him at.
After he left the podcast, he was like, "Okay, how am I going to do this now?"
And then it's always because of us.
yeah,
I'm gonna
Whatever Bro
bribe
podcast
everyone.
was his downfall.
Where everything started. Yeah, well, I saw him at a restaurant, and he just looked so calm. Like he's got this "I'm not going to jail" vibe, and I'm like, in my head, I'm
Yeah,
like, dude, you're going. Does
that-
he think he's going to like some camp jail? That's cool. Or
That's
something?
the
I don't
thing.
know.
Like, I honestly think he's a sociopath. So I don't think he's ever going to believe it until it happens.
Okay, so that's what he thinks going on.
I think he's a sociopath. I think he actually thinks he's going to get off. And hey, who
That's-
knows? Maybe he,
maybe
by
he's-
some miracle, will
yeah.
get off. But I think that if he's proven guilty for whatever, I think it's then going to hit him.
because he's on an investigation by who the
FBI.
which they have a 95% conviction rate, I think, or something like
Yeah,
that.
this isn't just some schmo off the street.
That's why I'm
charging
like,
him with,
I'd be shaking
you know-
in my boots, man. Like, damn.
Oh, God, yeah. I was actually looking at watching the podcast where we interviewed him, and just because I was like, oh shit, we didn't ask enough hard hitting questions. And I looked back; some of them were hilarious. Scotty, you said, hold on.
When Scott was awake, he
As
said,
if this guy's not a 20-something-year-old human being. You were like, "Do you go out to bars?" And then he laughed at you and was like, "Of course I go to bars. I'm a 20-something-year-old man." And then you said, "Well, you're the mayor. You just can't wear Slipknot hoodies." Now Justin asked him. Let's see. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, here it is. You actually asked him this. What are your ties to the Russian government? You You actually. This is before he did anything bad, so it's almost like whatever, bro.
And he probably was like,
saw
how the fuck
this
did he know?
coming.
it? Yeah. Oh, we did.
we had to bribe him $200K just to get on the podcast in the first place.
Absolutely.
We,
We're like,
we-
yeah.
At one point in the show, we called him a Nazi. Again, this was all followed by laughter, but I was watching this afterwards because I wanted to
Oh,
see.
we really called him a Nazi?
We called him a Nazi. We said he had Nazi ties.
Should make edit clips of that show and just put it out there.
Well, my point was, having interviewed him, I thought, man, he's great for the city. He's got a lot of great ideas.
Yep.
He actually has a plan to develop the city. And even after that Snow Owl shit came out, which was, for people who don't know, he developed an app, and then he was like misspending the
Investor
investors'
money.
money.
On hookers, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
no, probably not strippers.
The quote is a lavish lifestyle.
It's probably strippers.
Yeah.
Probably throwing money.
Dating. He spent money on dating apps, which is hilarious because every dating app is free now.
Right.
Why the hell are you spending money?
Well, he
on
was on mayors.com.
Remember the secret society or secret club he was in with other mayors? He told us about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
He said, "Yeah,
It's like
I
a
hang out
Bilderberg
with-"
meetings and
Yeah,
shit.
it was like a mayor fight club, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But he told us that day, like we didn't really ask him. Besides the very end, we asked him about the Will Flanagan gun
And he-
stuff.
you know what? And
And
he
that's
get-
when he got all tight ass. But he actually said to us, "Oh, I thought you guys were going to ask some tough questions."
Right.
And this
right.
was in the last like.
And
maybe
he told us
15
not to
minutes.
ask tough questions, right? Didn't
Yeah,
he?
in the elevator, he's lecturing me, or not lecturing, but demanding he know the questions that I'm going to
Yeah.
ask him. And I was kind of just like, dude, I told you 2 weeks ago, like, if you had any things you wanted to be off limits, let us know. He never did. So the elevator ride was a little awkward. Once we got in there, he was fine once he got on the air. Once he realized, oh, I don't have to answer anything they asked me. But I would say we were too nice to him. I think we should have hit him with some
I think
more
we're
serious stuff.
we
But
were-
back then, he hadn't committed all these crimes.
or he had
alleged.
It just wasn't.
We didn't
out-
know
out
yet.
there.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't know shit yet. We kind of were just like, all we had on him at the time was the Willie stuff, where Willie allegedly showed him a gun. but-
And he was a great he's a great politician because when
Oh, God, yeah.
when I asked him about, because at the time Flanagan was the lawyer for some local pop store that was opening up.
Yep.
So he had to deal with Flanagan, and the question I asked was something like, this guy held you at gunpoint, and now he's calling you.
I wouldn't
Like,
say, I wouldn't say gunpoint.
Well, but, the gun was on the dash, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you actually asked him if it was a revolver.
So I was like, what happened? What went down there? And he gave such like a sprawling, looping conversation, like an answer that, in retrospect, didn't
Wasn't an
didn't
answer.
answer.
It was a
any
That's what
answer.
non-
politicians do, man.
It's a
Yeah.
non-answer answer.
Right,
Yeah.
but by the end of it, I was like, oh, thanks.
He
And
got you,
Only
yeah.
later, I was like, he didn't even
Yeah.
respond to what I was saying.
He fooled you.
So yeah, the man is a politician, but so people would say, hey, your buddy Jaziel, he is
Jazel.
Jay Z. He
Baby J.
he's in trouble for the snow owl
Yeah.
thing. And what do you think about that? And I would say, well, I think he's probably guilty of that, but it doesn't affect his ability to be a mayor. Whatever. That's outside of him being a mayor. But
Yeah.
now, I mean, he was what, like ripping off local pot shops?
Yeah,
Getting
what
bribes?
was funny about the snow owl thing was when that came out, he was like, that was stuff that was way before I was mayor and that I was elected mayor. This is my past. They're trying to dive into my past, and then the new charges came out, and he was just like, "Fuck."
You're right, right.
Like,
And-
what do you
and-
say after
And
that?
by the way, if you have an FBI team that's allocated to you, they're already watching you because you committed a felony to some unrelated thing. You
Yeah.
gotta be out of your fucking mind
Oh, yeah.
to then commit new felonies.
Yep.
I think he's a sociopath. I think
Oh
you're right.
goddamn.
It has to be, dude. Because like when I saw him, I'm like, I was expecting him to be this like, man, and he's just like,
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like
just whatever.
someone's chirping in his ear, being like, dude, I'm like his lawyer's gonna be like, nah, you ain't going to jail. I got you.
Yeah. I think the sociopath thing happens when you get power, when you get money, when you have people calling you mayor everywhere you go. Like, nobody's calling you by your first name anymore. It was like, Mr. Mayor. Everybody calls him Mr. Mayor. When someone's calling you that, and when you're on the 6th floor at Government Center, I think that all goes to your head. Like, I think if you're older, a little more seasoned, you can handle that better. But he was, when he got elected, he was like 23, I think. You're a 23-year-old. Everyone's calling you, oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Gets to your
sir.
head.
Are they in the South?
Yes, master. Yes, master Jason.
He's mayor of Alabama. Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Does he think that, like, does he think he's not going?
I think he's not going. Well, I think he thinks he's not going.
Well,
yeah.
he can't snitch on anyone because he's at the top of the chain.
That's what my head was
Everyone-
going.
everyone
Like,
kind of rolled on him.
Yeah.
Right?
can he snitch on people? That's the thing, because
No, but
It's
he's
too
the guy
late.
at the
He's
top
al-
of the pyramid. So
He's
he can't
already,
snitch on anyone.
yeah, he's already been snitched on. He can't snitch on anyone at this point.
Gotcha.
Because they kind of beat him to it. He was like, I am not guilty of all these charges. Haha.
so people who follow him, people who support him still,
Yeah.
what is their basis of supporting him, that they don't believe any of these charges?
His very few supporters just, they don't care about the charges. They don't even know if they're true. But they're just like, he's done good things for the city.
They don't care that they rob money and like
Exactly.
give it
All the crime was just swept under a rug. But a lot of these people are dummies too.
But I mean, it goes all the way up to the top of the country. Look at some of the stuff like you have, whatever side you fit on, Republican or Democrat, people who are anti-Trump, and there's still people that are pro-Trump, regardless of.
Yeah.
People make excuses regardless.
Yeah, it's
either way.
dumb.
Exactly.
It's dumb. Yeah, you find someone you want to support, they could probably kill somebody in broad daylight. You're like, no, I stand by him because it was that guy's fault.
Yeah.
You know?
He
Yeah.
did it. Do we? I have no idea. Do we do commercials here? We're not
I
used to
don't
this
think we
process
do.
yet.
I don't think we do. No, we don't. But
Okay.
I want to kind of put a pin on that. I think in his mind, despite all his legal woes and troubles, I think Jazel's worst mistake he ever made was coming on the Whatever Bro podcast.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's
No
the
doubt.
start of
His-
his demise.
His life clearly spiraled downward,
Worse than the bribery.
and it was almost
than the corruption.
literally after that, like no more than a year.
All downhill.
It was all downhill. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with him. I really think that it's over for him. I don't think he's going to do like a crazy amount of time, like 20 years or anything. Yeah.
James, it says Whatever Bro podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
that
We have to change that to tuning. We'll edit that later. It's all right.
doesn't matter.
It's all good.
Speaking of the mayor, related topic, Mark Wahlberg's film company, Unrealistic Ideas, is allegedly
This is a rumor. It's
alleged.
a rumor.
Well, they talked to Sam. They interviewed Sam Sutter.
Really?
And Sam Sutter, they were like, "Hey," reporters asked Sam Sutter, "What was that about?" And he's like, "Oh, it's Mark Wahlberg's film company, Unrealistic Ideas. And they're want to do a documentary about the mayor."
You gotta be.
So he kind of like let the cat out of the bag.
I didn't know Sam Sutter talk. When did this happen? When did he like
I'm not
Bring
sure
this
the
up.
dates, but they interviewed him not too long ago.
Now, who's gonna play Jazel? What actor is gonna
who-
play Jazel?
What if they have just like?
I think
someone-
that Indian kid in Life of Pi would be good.
Hey, that sounds racist to me, but
Oh wait, no, I mean he's Cape Verdean, right? He's Cape Verdean.
Yeah. Is Jazel
you
Cape
know what'd be
Verdean?
great if they put someone in there like totally who bore no resemblance to Jay-Z at all. Like
It's Jazel, dude.
whatever.
It's not
Put- I
Jay Z.
want-
Yeah, I told you, he still doesn't know it.
I want Vin Diesel in there as the mayor of
Like
Fall River.
Bradley Cooper.
I run this city a quarter mile at a time. God damn it.
Oh,
But yeah,
Lord.
allegedly, unrealistic ideas, which is Wahlberg's film company, is interested in the Mayer saga. Kind of, and this was before the latest charges. This is when it was the kind of the Flanagan, Jazel thing and the Snow Owl case.
They're gonna have to really dramatize to make it a movie, though. And there's nothing really he's doing
Actually,
this movie like.
I'm gonna
where
be
they-
upset if they make a movie out
Yeah,
of that.
it's like he didn't do anything that crazy.
You're gonna make
like-
him like Scarface.
Yeah,
He's
he'd have-
blasting coke off the mail
Yeah, but
desk.
like the problem is like Buddy Cianci came across like an old man badass. Jazel doesn't come across like a badass.
No.
It's going to be a movie about a nerd who became mayor trying to be gangster.
Yep.
that's not a bad angle.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's
that
like the Facebook movie.
pretty much
kinda,
wraps it up.
you know?
Yeah.
Sounds like a comedy.
yeah,
did-
it could be a comedy.
Weren't there like
It
a
might be a comedy.
that prostitution ring thing you were talking about?
Oh, yeah.
That was on there.
By the way,
Okay.
they do these on the regular. Before you tell the whole story, they do prostitution stings all the time in Fall River, and then they paste pictures of all these dudes that get nabbed in it. But go
Okay,
on.
so that's what. So that was my question. Is what was it? Like a bunch of guys in Fall River that got caught in a sting?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was earlier this month. Apparently residents on Pleasant Street were complaining about prostitutes, real prostitutes, to the Fall River police. So
Is it this Pleasant Street or is that Pleasant Street?
It's parallel.
Pleasant Street's right there, by the way.
It's over there.
yeah. So after the show,
Excuse me for a
ladies,
second.
Yeah.
Jeff will be right back.
Jeff's taking off
Jeff, grab
his
me,
pants.
Jeff, grab me a Dominican girl if you got one over there. All right, I'm Pleasant. No
Yeah,
heels.
check for wires first. Unlike these poor
Exactly.
bastards. Yeah,
Imagine us on Fall River, all four of us, like
oh man,
corn process.
dude.
That
Prostitute
was,
string
we should do it on purpose
during
just so we can
podcasts.
post it and be like, guys, look what we did as a prank.
Good promotion.
Yeah,
Good
as a
promotion.
prank.
As a prank.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the residents of that area were complaining there was prostitutes all hours of the night. So the Fall River Police Department did what they call a John sting, where they take a female officer. At least I think she's an officer, but she's in on it.
Oh, and they put her.
They put her in jean shorts and
Right.
a dirty tank top, and they just go running.
give her a cigarette and like just go ask.
They give her a Newport.
That's the sign. If a girl's smoking a butt in the corner, yeah, walking around in heels.
They give her Newports, a pit bull, a pit bull puppy,
Yep. Yep.
and they just send her off on Pleasant Street, and they see how many guys.
Pair of Air Forces. That's it.
Yep.
She doesn't wear heels,
There
just
you
Air
go.
Forces. Like, oh, we get that girl.
Dirty ones though.
Yeah, dirty as shit. Yeah, they're white, but like they've been through a sewer.
Yeah. So this happens all the time, by the way. Scott and I actually have I wouldn't even call him a friend, but someone who's got caught in this. And I saw his
Who's
pic-
been in my apartment.
He's been in your
passed
apartment.
out on a chair.
Drinking, hanging out with us,
Yeah.
and he got caught. And just looking at his mugshot, I
Oh,
gotta say,
no, the mugshot.
I was brought to tears laughing. I mean, it's sad. It's sad that he's plastered in the public eye. That's what I wanted to get to. That bothers me that they do that to these poor old
Same.
men.
The
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel terrible.
Yeah, like
It's
these
it's
great
really
guys are
funny to
just
do.
trying to get off a little bit.
Yeah,
They're trying to have a little sex because they probably don't get it at home. Or
that has got to be their way of saying, "Don't do this, or we'll post your photo." I mean, that's probably trying to make it
Yeah.
Yeah, but
right.
Why do they do it with just prostitution? You know?
No, you're right.
It's the most embarrassing thing,
No.
and that's the one they do it
terrible.
with.
Yeah, like, yeah, yeah. And most of them are just like their mugshots, just like, I'm just trying to get
yeah,
laid.
upset. I like
Just wanted some pussy.
There's 10 guys they caught, and a lot of them had like tears in their eyes. They were looking down at the floor, and there's just one fucking guy that's smirking, and he's just doing like the like.
Finally got me.
exactly.
Yeah.
But like the guys that do that, I love because
If you're gonna do it, go all the
yeah,
way
if you're
and,
gonna
and
do
fucking
it-
be proud of it.
Exactly.
Don't be embarrassed.
That's if I got caught for that. That's how I'd handle it.
Be like this.
Proud. Yeah. Like, officer, do you mind if I put my thumbs up in
Yeah.
the photo?
You guys allow gang signs in this photo? Seriously though, like if that's what you're gonna do, follow through and,
Yeah.
and you know.
Because to watch the guys with the sad look on their face,
Sucks,
it
man.
breaks my. I mean, I won't say it breaks my heart. I could give a shit, but it bothers me that they do that just to any random old man who's trying to get laid.
There was
Yeah.
there was a 70-year-old guy, and he had tears in his eyes, and he was like looking
Yeah.
at his feet, and I was like, oh, that sucks, man.
They should have let him scram. Like,
All
hey,
of them
Fred, get out of here quick. We're gonna get these guys. But get out of here.
all of them look miserable, and then the bottom right is just like,
A smash though.
yeah, I did it.
Man, I don't know. That shit should be regulated. Like, isn't it regulated in Vegas? Like, you can get a prostitute.
Correct.
They get tested and all that. It should be like that.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
hold a card. Yeah, they hold a card. They have a card that they get tested once or whatever, and they're basically like
I
legal.
didn't know about the card stuff.
This is a long time ago that I heard about. I don't know if that's true, but when I heard about it, it was they would have a card that would say they legally can. I don't know if it's still like that.
When I was on the
Ma'am,
Vegas,
show us your pussy license.
It's like got all like check boxes like AIDS, gonorrhea. and
AIDS,
if-
yeah, gonorrhea.
yeah, you're like, oh, she's clean.
No, this one's only got chlamydia. I'm gonna take you.
But if you do go to Vegas, they do hand out little these
Business cards.
yeah, just like
Prostitute business cards.
They
these
go like
little
this.
guys just go running around. They're flicking. That's all you hear. That's all you hear
Hey,
on the
walking
strip.
around is this little Mexicans like, hey,
Yep.
girls, hey, my girls.
And it's like just a line to call if you want this woman, that woman, that woman. I don't know if that's for prostitution though. My guess was it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Or
sure.
if you want a private.
I think.
Whatever.
Well, I have a friend who told me that. I don't know if he was lying or not, but he told me he did that, and he called the girl, and the girl goes right to your hotel room.
Oh,
and
damn.
just gives you a price right there. Like, I can do this. I can strip for you, or like if there's a bunch of
They have rates and options.
yeah, they like so she'll show up and be like, oh, you got a bunch of people there. I'll strip for you. If it's just you, she'll be like, oh, I can give you a massage. I can do this. I can do that. Boom, boom, boom. Money, money,
Steal
money.
your painkillers when
Yeah,
you fall asleep.
yeah, no shit, dude. Yeah, Vegas is crazy. So
Yeah.
Just some clarification on that. So, prostitution is legal in Nevada as far as brothels go, but it says street prostitution, pandering, and living off the proceeds of a prostitute.
Freudian slip there.
So only brothels.
Proceeds.
So
All right.
you still
Proceeds.
have,
So
like,
it has to be an
That's
organization that
prostitute money.
pays.
Right.
That's funny.
You have to offer health insurance.
That's fucking hilarious. You can only get hoes in like perfect these certain buildings.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's why we miss Sound Guy by like grabbing the facts.
Yeah,
Right.
Thank you,
I gotta
Jeff.
say, Jeff is one of the quickest Googlers
Yeah.
I've ever come across.
Now, he knew that information from
Yeah.
his heart.
He took a time.
yeah, that, he
Sorry, guys.
researched that.
Yeah.
Firsthand job. My beef with this is these poor 10 bastards that they caught in
Yeah.
Fall River, right? They have their mugshots plastered up, but we are not seeing what the bait looked like. What
Yeah.
because here's the thing:
If
you're-
she's a smoke, dude.
exactly, and you know they used to smoke.
Yeah.
But if you're on Pleasant Street, I'm sure you guys have seen the prostitutes down there and know their rates personally and have spent time with them, having
Yes,
sex
yes.
with them.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, you know that
All of them.
Yeah,
well, you know, you and I both know.
Yeah.
yeah. We all.
When they usually look like shit. Like they
Yeah.
look bad. Like you look like you're like, ooh, I know exactly what they look.
Yeah,
Basically,
tales from the crypt.
a lot of them are on drugs, and have been
I think
for
every-
quite a while.
Every one of them. Yeah.
Right. So they basically look like crackheads.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever told you this. A coworker, someone we work with, he used to live on South Main Street, and he was cleaning the interior of his car, and it was just about getting dark, and while he was cleaning it, flashed his high beams, and a woman from across the street
No shit.
went over into the driveway, went into his car while he's cleaning it, and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Is that that's the signal? If you see someone, is to high beam them. Yeah.
Apparently, I mean,
He just cleaning his dashboard.
it makes sense. All he's doing is cleaning the interior of his car, and this woman comes up, and he's like,
got a
he's
pussy
like,
out, she's like,
who the fuck are you?
How'd you like to clean my interior?
He didn't know if it was a neighbor or family, or he had no idea who the hell that
So we
was.
fucked her, right?
So he obviously brought her
What
upstairs.
were her rates? Get to the point.
So he flipped out. Was like, once
Yeah.
he realized, he's like,
That's
get the fuck out of my
wild.
car. But this was just all he wanted to do was clean his car on South
Yeah.
Main Street, and this happened.
Well, here's the problem. You look at those pictures, right? And if you Google it, you can see the pictures of these people. If you're in a position, you're an older
And they're
man,
fucking hilarious.
you can,
please.
but you cannot get laid because of many
Whatever.
reasons.
Yeah.
And it's like you haven't had sex in years, and you just want to get laid. Like it's kind of sucks that you can't do
I
that.
think that should be a part of Medicare.
Yeah,
once you get
absolutely.
older.
Yep, it should be on
Like
health
a
insurance.
service once a month,
Absolutely.
at least.
Just to keep you sane.
Yeah,
Shit. Absolutely.
that's a great idea. I mean, people are never going to agree with that, but
I'm not saying all prostitution should be legal, but dude, like that kind of sucks.
yeah,
Yeah, this old
See
poor
these-
old 7-year-old guy just wants to get his dick wet. Like,
exactly.
And again, it's entrapment because they brought in a ringer. It wasn't a normal
No,
Bedford Street, Pleasant Street.
You're right, it is
prostitute.
entrapment.
They probably brought in the hottest
Oh, yeah.
possible chick. paid her $100, whatever. And
Let's
then-
be honest. She doesn't have to be the hottest possible chick. Did you see the guys in the mugshot?
They did it anyway.
They
though.
range from like age 22 to 70.
Yeah.
I give those 70, or sometimes there's 80-year-olds
The 70-year-old guy
credit
looks
because
so
it's like,
sad.
wow, you still got lead in the pencil to be doing that business. Like, I hope that at 80, first of all, I'm alive, and second, I even have the balls to do that, or
Definitely hope I'm dead by 80. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go to like 51. Then
You
call
want
it
to
quits.
die at
not that old.
51?
Yeah, call it quits.
So you want to die
Yeah, half a-
13 years
half a
before
century.
you want to die 13 years before our parents,
Yeah. I don't know, man. Shit. 80 years old.
before our
damn.
parents' current age.
I don't know if I want to be that old, like an 80-year-old man, dude. I mean, I see it a lot. Just, I kind of, I see like a really old person, and I'm just like, shit, man. Like, just getting up and here for another one. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but you
don't know if I
also
wanna-
your thought process is different. It's not your thought process
No, you're
of
right.
now. Like at 80, you're not going to be like, "Hey, we should do the podcast again."
No,
You
you're
know
right.
what I mean?
I'd be a different
Maybe-
person.
Yeah.
I just, if I don't have grandkids and shit, like, it sounds fucking depressing, but I'm like, what the fuck am I even doing here? You know what I mean? No.
All right. Kill yourself on the Whatever Bro podcast.
No,
You
just
heard it, man.
80 is old, man. That's all I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah, but maybe by that, I mean, they're making such breakthroughs in technology. Maybe when we're 80, we'll be able to look like we're 25.
Yeah, like age enhancements.
That's wishful thinking, but
They're
You
even.
know what? I don't
I
think
hope
so.
so.
I don't think so.
No, I read something where there was like they're looking at anti-aging in terms of the bio.
Right, stem cell injections,
yes, yes.
nanotechnology.
Which, by the way, would be awful because population control's already. Picture how bad it would be with that if people started getting their hands on anti-aging stuff.
yeah,
the
but we're,
world
we'll
would
be old. We'll be shooting out powdered milk.
No, but I'm saying to keep people living longer.
Right.
There's too many people. There's already too many people on the fucking earth, man. Everywhere you go, I'm just like, dude, there's too many people here.
Yeah.
God forbid, New York, Boston, shit
Well,
like
well,
that.
that's true, but in any first world countries, the populations are actually dropping. So
Really?
with the rise in education, you have less kids because you realize how stupid it is to have fucking
Gotcha.
children.
All right, because most of yeah. So people aren't having like 9, 10 kids like they used to.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
no.
So
Gotcha.
first world countries, U.S., Japan, and several others, the indigenous population, not counting immigrants, the population is dropping with the residents of that country. Obviously, third world countries, it's completely opposite. It's still 8, 9 kids.
Yeah, 'cause they're just
Isn't it-
fucking.
Just-
I've always found
No
it
Netflix.
crazy how like when our parents were our age, the shit they were up to, just like they were raising a family in their 20s. Here we are in our mid 30s. We're like, ugh, no, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm.
And when you think back, you go, you know what? That explains a lot. That my parents were 20-something
Yeah.
raising me because some of that parental advice was questionable.
And they didn't
Oh,
have.
yeah.
Listen, they didn't have porn. If they had porn, they could
True.
shoot some blanks out. They were taught, hey, you can only, if you want to get your dick
It-
wet, you gotta have sex with a girl.
It was a different time though. Like no social media. Like it must have been interesting though, because everything they did was actual conversing with people.
I know.
and Going Lincoln Park was the big one. Everybody went to Lincoln Park, or,
Yep.
or everyone was playing outside.
And you
now,
had to-
now we're just like
Yeah. You had to.
everyone's on their phones.
You had to call someone on a landline if you wanted to talk to
Yeah.
them. If you pulled up, you had to beep when you were outside. You couldn't
Yeah.
text them and say, I'm here. So it was, I kind of missed those times.
Yeah.
Because when we were kids, it was like that,
I know.
right? We didn't have cell
I
phones when
think
we were
it's
kids.
got. I think they got to rewind a little
Would
bit.
love it.
We got to
Slow the
more.
fucking world down a little bit.
But as long as social media, phones, and iPads are around,
It's just going to get worse, dude.
oh yeah, it's gonna get worse and worse.
Yep. And you got, like I said, even the girl I was dating, the 25-year-old, she didn't really know how to talk to me about something serious. She was feeling some type of way, and she felt more comfortable texting me about it rather than talking to me face to face. That's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
That's a fucking problem. And if you look back, by the way, like in the 60s, like presidents and stuff like that, the way they spoke was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah,
They
their,
just-
their speeches.
Now it's just kind of like, even now, like people in power just like, I'm gonna like be a mayor. You know what I mean? Like it's lazy and bad because there's some downsides to technology, man.
Yeah.
That's the fact.
I was like thinking there was a point, and cigarettes are totally different than like technology, but cigarettes at one point you could smoke anywhere.
On a
You could
fucking
smoke
plane, in a restaurant.
airplanes, restaurants, bars, anywhere you wanted. And then they were like, nope, not anymore, just because of everyone's health. I think that could still apply now to
Like a mental health
yeah,
type thing.
it's
Yeah.
a mental health. You become a zombie basically, but It's never going to happen.
How the hell do you regulate
Yeah,
that?
it's never going to happen. And it's not the same as cigarettes. Cigarettes is like actually killing you
Yeah.
as you walk.
Yeah, this is just making you a shitty, dumb person slowly. Imagine if they just cut the internet off for 2 days, though. How much
Yeah.
the world would
They should do it just as an experiment.
see what
See
happens.
what happens.
Dude, I think fucking companies would fall.
People will go crazy, like
Yeah.
especially those people really addicted to it.
Yeah.
What are they going to do if they don't have their video games or social media? What are they going to do?
Yeah, I mean, look around. If you look everywhere, what do you see? Everywhere. Shit, I get caught doing it sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just blah, 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 blah. And sometimes I'll be at home and I'll just put my phone in another room. Like, dude, I got to fucking live. And
Yeah, when I'm
Get away
when I'm
from
with
it.
people, like if we go out to whatever bar or restaurant, I try to put that away
Yeah, same here.
altogether. I mean, unless I got to look at my fantasy football numbers,
very
that's
important.
important.
Very important.
That's important.
Yeah,
that's
totally
important than anything else in the room.
Totally understandable. More important than your family. More important than your health.
Exactly.
I once was on a date and I did that. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave my phone in her car. That way, I don't look at my phone this whole date, guaranteed.
And it's going to force you
Right.
to
Right.
be,
Yeah.
And I was patting myself on the back. The date went great. We go outside. Her window smashed out.
And your phone's
The
gone.
guy, my phone's gone. He saw the fucking phone, which caused him to break the window, steal the phone. While he's in there, he's like,
Well, wait a second. That you made the right decision.
Yeah.
That's just bad luck.
yeah.
Well,
Uh,
first of all,
there-
don't leave it on the seat, Justin.
I know,
Like,
I
put
left
it in the console
I left it in the cup holder like an asshole. But
with the light on.
Yeah.
yeah, so he breaks the window to get my phone, steals the phone, and then while he's in there, he's like, "Great radio system." Dude, rips out, cuts the wires, like really fucks up the
Oh
car.
my god, dude!
So how'd your date go?
Yeah, it went great.
During your date, wow, that's fucked up, man. That
That's bad
sucks.
luck, man.
That sucks. And you try to do the right
that
thing.
was that was the end of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, back
Nice
to
dead air.
Hey, dead
nice.
air.
Hey, that's
I
our
like-
first dead
I
air.
was gonna throw in a
Sometimes-
bad joke, like
sometime-
car jack you off. But I didn't want to.
Glad you didn't.
Back to back to
You know,
prostitutes.
Jeff, anytime that happens and there's a moment of silence and it
Talk
gets
about double dragon
uncomfortably
again.
eerie, you need to have something ready. That's your job.
Oh, well, to be fair, I'm no longer like not, especially specifically not this episode. I'm not a sound guy right now for this episode. It's
Exactly. You have nothing to do to distract you.
No,
So
I just
you
wanna give
should.
I just want to give a shout out to James because James. Is killing it.
James.
James killing it. Sound guy James. Still awake over there? Shit. Hell yeah.
No. Feel
He's
bad.
Fucking yeah.
So I was thinking, like, we got a nickname for sound guy Jeff.
Mm.
I have no idea what to call James. Or do we just call him James?
No, can't
We
just
call
do
him
that.
James the producer.
I don't know.
What'd you say, Mike? Cool James. Cool man James.
I'm thinking.
So, yeah.
Cool
Work in
James.
progress. Hello,
Yeah.
Cool James.
We're gonna come back our
There it
next
is, Jeff.
episode with a new name for James.
Yeah, or we can just ask whoever's listening, like, if you have a nice nickname for James that's not vulgar,
We'll ask
throw it in
Cindy.
the comments section.
Or if it's vulgar, that's
and we'll
fine.
vote on it.
Yeah. Yeah. What
We-
should
we need a name for James.
what should sound guy James' name be? That's what we need.
Sound guy James.
And wait, yeah, and then we're gonna have sound guy Jeff and sound guy James.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a crazy team.
It's a
You
nice
guys are gonna
name.
have to
I
fight
like
it out, by the way.
That's fine.
You have
To
to
the
battle
death.
it out. Yeah.
We're just gonna drop a pool stick in the middle of the room.
yeah.
There can
Like
only
it-
be one.
Fight it out.
I think that happened in Batman.
Get,
Batman: The Dark Knight.
I don't know
that
how I
happened.
got these scars.
Yeah, he breaks the pool stick. It's like, we're having tryouts, and he just got.
Did you see Joker? You end up seeing it?
Oh,
seen it yet.
You
nasty!
still didn't see it? Damn.
You gotta watch
I
it.
haven't seen it either. You guys have
It's
seen it? I'm
it's
guessing?
mental.
No
So
spoilers.
mental.
It's
Yeah, that's all I'll say. But
I've
the
heard
movie's
nothing
mental.
but great things about it.
fucking
good,
sick,
man.
man. There were people.
Dark.
They said people walked out. There was one group that walked out, so it's definitely disturbing, but the good disturbing, man. It's awesome.
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, he's a sick. I question like someone like that, like in real life, he's a sick fuck too. I think.
Joaquin Phoenix
Yeah.
does a bit unhinged.
Yeah.
He's had bizarre episodes throughout his career.
He had a performance, not a performance, an interview on Letterman
Mm-hmm.
where he was doing some kind of documentary, and Letterman just tried asking him regular questions, and he was just answering with one word.
was method
answers,
acting the whole
and-
time, right?
And he had sunglasses on. I think he was doing it for a purpose for that documentary.
Yeah, he was method acting pretty much. And
Yeah.
He was playing a character.
he was
right?
pretending he
He
was going to be a
was.
rapper. I think
Yeah.
that was his thing.
Yep.
And he wanted people to believe it. So he would go on like the Letterman and act
Yep.
fucking weird.
Letterman. See, sometimes I feel bad for a host in that case because they're like, "Shit, we didn't realize we were getting this
Super
weirdo."
uncomfortable.
But Letterman handled it so well, and he actually just roasts him.
Yeah, he's a pro.
He roasts him a little.
He did.
Everyone's laughing at Joaquin.
And then
Phoenix.
Joaquin's kind of like
I almost
a
said
fuck.
Joaquin Noah,
Joaquin
the
Noah,
basketball player.
Chicago Bulls. Yeah, and then I think Joaquin Phoenix was not then like, oh man, I fucked up. This was supposed to, it's supposed to be a Good
Yeah.
attention on me.
But guess what? Guess how many clicks that has, though.
Oh, hell
So
yeah.
whatever
Still.
he did worked.
Yeah, he was the Joker.
Oh, yeah.
recently, so
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I think he's doing all right.
Absolutely.
He's doing just fine.
Getting
So,
back
yeah.
to,
No,
getting
what were
back
you
to
gonna say?
prostitutes.
Go in this way.
We veered too far off the path.
Yeah, let's get
Um,
back to prostitutes, please.
Now, be honest, fellas. Have you ever been tempted in any scenario with a lady of the evening, whether it be in Vegas or
No.
Pleasant Street on October
The
4th?
extent of it for me was just strip clubs trying to get you to pay more by going to the back room.
Mm.
I've never had an actual prostitute tempt me, because in most cases prostitutes are lingering on the street. I would have to be outside in the middle of the city for a prostitute to be like,
Yeah.
excuse
I've never
me.
had the opportunity, so I don't know. I don't. If I Jeff clearly has.
I have not, but a friend of mine, I was actually in a room with an escort in Montreal. So as a friend, we went up, when you're like 19, 20 years old, where you can drink it in Canada
Yeah.
at 18. So 4 of us went up, and we were all sharing one hotel room, and they ended up hiring this escort, and then 2 of the guys started like tag teaming her, and I was like,
Oh shit.
I can't deal with
That's
it.
a lot.
Jeff,
That's a lot to handle.
I would've-
Cranking away.
What I would have loved to watch is your reaction the whole time. I would have just filmed you.
So this is like before, like I had an MP3 player, but it wasn't like an iPod. It was like this really generic MP3
So
player.
I brought my Game Boy, right?
Yes, exactly. It was like a brick. So I got out and I walked down to the lobby and I waited for her to walk out and leave. And then I was like, all right, I'm all set. I'm going back.
That's-
to bed.
yeah.
I'm not sleeping in that bed.
That's a little weird. That's a lot. Yeah. I never really been presented with it. I don't know.
So
Luckily.
I took my Game Boy, my Snap bracelet, and my Gigapet, and I went down to the lobby.
I said, I'm out of here. No, I never had the opportunity. I probably, if I was wrecked enough, would probably make a bad decision.
Oh, yeah.
That's,
Some girl
that's
was
the
like-
thing. 'cause in Montreal, French Canadian women, they're beautiful. That's the one time where I didn't realize she was a prostitute at first. I was like kind of in this like subway / shopping district, and there's this gorgeous woman, French Canadian, short skirt, and she kept giving me the eyes. And I was like,
Where are you?
I'm in Montreal.
Where though?
Kind of like in a subway.
Did
wow.
night.
Did she have a French accent? Like, was she like?
But yeah, she
Oh,
had that
yeah.
kind of French Canadian
Oh,
accent.
yeah.
Beautiful. She was like, real petite thing. Like she looked like a supermodel.
So you were feeling her?
I thought like she's really into me.
Don't they always think that?
But then I noticed like the crazy, for whatever reason, prostitutes have crazy bruises on their thigh. And then I saw those and I was like, wait a second, she's
It's a tough job,
hooker.
man.
Wait, they have bruises on their thigh. Why?
Dude, strippers is the same thing. I think that's probably because a lot of strippers
It's
are
it's
also
just it's
prostitutes.
the wear and tear.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Joe, I think you're right. I think some of these guys get a little rough with these ladies, but
That's weird.
Or-
All right.
Or
Usually
even
have-
with strippers, like you're gonna bruise up from dancing on a pole or
I never
or
noticed that.
scraping the ground with your
Shit.
knees. We were. I just thought of a.
Just got 2 band-aids
I
underneath.
I just thought of a friend. I won't say his name because he'd kill me if I was telling the story. But we went to a bachelor party. I think it was I forget which strip joint. Desires. And there was this chick with this long word on it. It said like something like destiny. Or
Oh,
something
tatted
like
up,
that.
whatever.
said dad
And
left
we're
when I
all-
was
we're
young.
Kinda, we're kind of just looking at it like, oh, what does that say? What does that say? And he comes out with, hey, I'm sure nobody asked you this, but what's the font? What is the font on your?
It's Comic Sans.
He said, it's Lucida
It's
Console.
Arial Black, baby.
I thought that was obvious.
Is that Times New Roman on your cooch?
Hey, you want to get in here and have some of this Verdana? Huh? Is that what you want? Fucking font size 12, bold,
It's not Arial. It's Arial Black.
and it's italic. Motherfucker.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, but I-
Helvetica.
That's my transition. Anyways, yeah.
We all finished our wine at the same
I
time.
know. I actually finished long ago.
I get a jug. I'm gonna bring it up in a second, but I'm sure we all have friends for a fact that they go to the strip club and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then there's always a backdoor deal, so to speak.
At this point, in like at my age, I feel like it's like, why the fuck? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if I was younger, in my 20s, I think it'd be cool. Like, throw $100, $50, get a blowjob, whatever.
Right.
Now, I would never do that.
No.
I'd be like, that is no, dude. Like, I don't know. Again, but that goes back to the person who,
If you, but like,
the older man has.
if your whole life though you've had no trouble meeting women and going out and
Right.
dating, and you're never gonna go
that's
to that.
that's my point. Is like it's people who have problems with
Yeah.
getting girls or having sex or older men or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like, no, I would like girl I was like, yo, if you want, toss me a couple of like, no. Just shake your ass like for a
I
little
remember
while.
you and I were at the strip club for a bachelor party once, and you were just chit chatting with this girl about life, and I was thinking the whole
Fill
time.
me up, man.
I was thinking the whole time, like, oh, Scott's gonna get charged for this, and he doesn't even realize it.
Didn't
You,
yeah,
you were
well,
just
I was
chit-chat-
young.
Yeah,
I was
you were
young.
talking about your life and stuff.
My early 20s. I had a moment with her. Yeah.
out of the blue, she's just like.
Then I realized I was in a
50
back room.
Yeah, she's like $50 or whatever.
It was 150
Jeez.
because it was
Christ.
I think it was like, was it $50 a song or something? No, that sounds too high, right? It was something like
No, it's locally. I would think it's 20,
Thanks, man.
20 a
That's
song.
fine.
I thought it was.
maybe
20
it
a
was like
song.
$100, but I thought I was like bonding with this chick.
Yeah.
Like in the back room. Like, oh man, and she told me about her like life and her dad literally not being around. I'm like, that's
Oh,
why you're
get
a
out of
stripper.
town. Your
Yeah.
dad wasn't around when you were young.
That's why you're a stripper.
This explains a lot.
And at the end, she was like, "Okay, that'll be $100." And I was like, "What will be $100, bitch? I just gave you mad good advice, and it's my birthday.
You should pay me.
It's my birthday." Yeah, and then I had to come out and ask people for money because I didn't have
yeah.
any.
Yeah, we had to spot you.
Because they had a guy at the door to make sure you pay, and he was like, "You better get that money." So
I
I was
was
like, "I'm
watching-
gonna ask
I-
my friends."
I was ordering a vodka soda, and I was looking at you like this, like,
That
this
was-
guy's gonna get
Joe, can I get?
charged.
Oh man, and Joe was like, "No, I ain't giving you shit."
Is that
That's
Oh,
yours.
Joe, that's yours. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I learned my lesson early. Shit, don't go in that
stuff.
back room.
Don't you dare.
Don't do it.
Yeah, back room. I think it's at least 100. At least.
I don't know. I don't know. I know it's like a
I'm
certain
sure
amount of song. So it's
Prices
like-
have gone up due to inflation. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, 25. I actually know, dude. But if you are a legitimately like good stripper, like I know a friend of mine who's been a stripper for about 10, 15 years now. Has
Wow.
a house. Yep, lives with her daughter.
Seasoned.
Yeah, and if you saw her like CVS and shit, she just looked like a normal girl. You wouldn't think.
You know what sucks about that profession though? Like when we're at a profession and we're there 15 years, we get like a gold star by our name. We get maybe a business card, maybe the word senior before our title. These ladies get nothing.
They just get syphilis.
Yeah. And fired.
They should like create though some kind of plaques to give these ladies.
Yeah, like 10 years strong.
Yeah,
Yeah, hasn't overdosed or had AIDS.
like 5-time syphilis queen, and then just do it. Just give out the award yearly.
Yeah, this girl's held all these diseases and never got it treated. Fantastic. She gets a plaque.
Good for her. Yeah, there's no reinforcement besides the great money. There's really no positive reinforcement in the stripping industry.
Yeah, I mean, you can make a fuckload of money though.
Do they make a bunch of money? Like a shitload. If you do it right, work at
Oh,
the right
yeah.
place.
Yep.
I had a family member, and that's all as vague
Sister?
as I'll get.
Brother?
No. This family member dated a stripper,
Okay.
and he said on a good night she could make $2,000.
Wow.
$2,000 in
Wow.
a fucking
One night.
Night.
And imagine if you worked 2 that weekend.
Now that's all.
Right, yeah.
By the way, that's all lap dances.
And a lot of that is cash too,
It's all lap dances.
so you're not paying taxes.
Well,
on a lot.
nobody's paying a fucking credit card. Like,
Right.
hi, can you dance again?
Where do
Yeah.
I swipe?
Yeah, that's
that's a
all
good-
all
that's a
lap
good point.
dances. All lap dances
Right, and
for like
Knowing this- knowing
7
this-
hours straight.
Yeah.
knowing this particular girl, probably some beyond lap dances.
What
Yeah.
what do they do? Like if you're a girl that's not necessarily comfortable with getting up there and dancing, what do they do? Just blast coke before they
Yeah.
they
Well,
go up?
that's the problem with strippers. They make it's the same that stripper that I was talking about. Same thing with her. They're making a fuckload of money, but inevitably they'll develop a drug problem. Because
Some of them do. Yes.
the majority of strippers,
They're
I
doing
mean, they
that.
love coke. That gets them fired up to go out there
Drinking.
And
Yep.
dance,
It's the girl who can like drink a little bit, have fun on stage, and not let that take. You know what I mean? And those are the girls that stay there for a while, make a shitload of money, and then go on to something else. You know,
Yeah.
bank up or whatever.
We talked about this before. Balloons was the first strip club
yeah.
I went to, and I think that
Me
was
too.
like
Same here.
that was a 16 plus,
Or 18 plus.
and it was a hole in the wall. Like it just looked like someone's living room.
Yep. And we used to
But
go
at
in
the
there.
time, I remember thinking, well, I feel like a man. I feel like a man right now.
Yeah, I was
You
drinking.
need an introduction like that.
That was a nice little intro.
And I remember
into
it
the
was
strip.
in Providence, I think.
And it was fucking dude. It was stripper. Dude, I was like, I went to high school with that girl. Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There
It
was.
was like in an old mill or something, right? It
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
really
it was like
sketchy.
it was like a room. It wasn't that big. And I remember walking in, there were like 6 dudes that I knew from middle school.
Yeah. You know, like
I
a
was comfortable. I was like, I know everybody.
you know, like a restaurant has a booth. You know that leather seat type thing. That was like one of the things, just a long couch like that. It was just Like 15 of us sitting side by side, just like, do you want to go up and give dollars? No, I'm not
Yeah,
ready yet.
like-
Not ready yet.
Like 40 dudes.
Yeah.
Like 2 girls dance.
And they were all fucked up, dude. All fucked up. And we were just like drinking rum and cokes or whatever we brought in because you could bring your own beer. They didn't serve alcohol.
Oh yeah, that's right. Just
Yeah.
bring your own.
You know, I had like a rum and coke, and I was just like drinking, and it's like I don't know what to do. That girl's butt cheeks just fucking flapping all everywhere.
They don't have any balloons type places now, right?
I'm sure they're
They
out
might.
there.
Do you remember Remy's?
Yeah,
Dude,
I think it
man,
got
I
shut.
spent
It got
some
shut.
time at Remy's.
That was
You could drink there.
Scott, you went to
basically.
Remy's?
Oh yeah.
Oh, man, I
Dude,
was
I saw
there.
all the pictures of we're at what? Now Remy's was a place in Providence that you could go. Providence back then, I don't know how it is now, but it was so corrupt.
It was lawless.
Yeah, it was lawless, dude. It was like living in the Wild West, dude.
Yeah, it was the Wild West.
There was a line of kids, like 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old kids out the door waiting to get into this place. We'd order a pitcher of beer, $5, and that was it for the night. 'Cause I weighed like 130 pounds back then. And we would just get fucked up at Remy's at a bar. So we were like bar hopping
That
before.
place inevitably, I believe, got their liquor license. Or
yeah.
they just got shut down because everybody knew what was going on there. That place was known for, if you're underage, you can go there and drink.
But nobody did shit about it because Providence was so corrupt back
no,
then.
nobody cared.
Yeah.
I had a 16.
Cops were going there, probably picking up 16-year-old girls. It was awful.
The cops were there.
Yeah, they were there.
sometimes.
They were there
Yeah.
as like bouncing kind of, and like talking to
Right, right.
girls. Dude, it's so fucked up.
The rumor
good-
was
17-year-old girls, drunk girls, walking out of there, and cops just like, "Hey, you need a ride?"
a pair of
You know,
handcuffs.
But
you
that's,
know.
that's the good old days, though.
Yeah.
And even before that time, like there were less rules. Now it's like as years go by,
here's the thing.
everything's more
I
strict.
wonder that because the only way you know about 18 plus places where you can drink
Is
at
what-
18,
'cause you're
19, 20,
18.
It's because you're 18.
There might
19,
still
20.
be those places going on around here that we don't know about.
Right, we're out of that loop because we're not looking.
We'd have to get like
That's true.
a young 18-year-old person
I
to
do-
let us know
but
what's
I-
up.
I'm looking at you to date an
Yeah.
18-year-old.
I don't
So we can go.
Now,
Yeah,
so-
we all hang out.
anybody correct me if I'm wrong in this room, but is there a 16 plus a strip club now? I don't think there is.
Well, that was 18 plus. Balloons was 18.
No, you.
Oh, it's 18?
yeah,
Oh, I'm
You-
sorry.
you probably could
I
get
really,
in there at
I
16.
really thought it was okay.
It was 18 plus. You probably could get in there at 16,
Gotcha.
maybe if you
if you knew a guy.
if you knew somebody. It was 18 plus, but that's why there was no liquor. But yeah, we were 18 when we went there. But no, there could be places like that we don't know about because we're not 18.
Right.
yeah.
I'll have to take one
Scott,
for the
you gotta
team
do-
and
you
date
gotta
an
do some
18-year-old.
research for us, man.
Yeah, what's the
Do some-
final?
I actually think Jeff's googling right now.
Yeah, and we go there
I'm,
like,
I'm trying to help out with that. But
"Sup, girl? What school do you go to, huh?"
I had a friend who was 16 who got into Remy's with a BCC library card.
That a
Now,
girl.
there was no photo of you on. It was just a green card that said BCC, and the bouncer actually was like, "Let me see your ID."
You're
and
good.
he handed him a green card that just said BCC in white, and the bouncer like analyzed it, like, "All right, you're good."
Holy shit! Yeah, that's bad. That's rough.
And yeah, as long as you were in, you could drink.
And we had a blast.
Oh, we had some time.
There were fights out there that were fucking insane.
Like on that note though, like we did that when we were younger. I think getting used to drinking earlier makes you get sick of it when you're
Quicker.
older.
Dude, I was 21 and I wanted to quit
Exactly.
drinking. Like
Well,
I was like, I might quit drinking.
Exactly. But like if someone's trying to keep you away from that, I think it's a bad idea. I think you have to go out and you're gonna drink, you're gonna do
It's
whatever
like that.
drugs you want.
Yep, you're right. You rebel. If
Exactly. But you should do it early so that once you're a little older and smarter, you're like,
Seriously.
I don't need this. I tried. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. Because at 21, I was in college and I was hanging out at college parties, and these kids were acting like I acted when I was 15.
Yeah.
Like they were like, you know what I mean? I was
Some
like
late bloomers.
18, 19 years old. I'm like, dude, I've been doing this for fucking 5 years now. And these kids are like, wow, party. And I'm sitting there like sipping some beer, just hanging out, smoking a butt like an old man. But
Yeah.
yeah, you start early and get that shit out. Yeah. So kids, start drinking early. That's what we're saying.
I've had
Yeah,
I've
so
had
that's the point.
conversations though. Like I know what we were up to in 6th grade. Now when I see kids now in 6th grade, I'm like, oh man, if I was a parent, I absolutely would not be cool with
Right.
my kid being into or getting into the alcohol cabinet or whatever. But like we started
15.
pretty early. Like,
I was 15.
yeah, as far as just like having a couple beers, and it was way back. Nowadays, looking at like say even family members that are in 6th grade, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I would
we-
never,
wow.
I would never want them even experimenting with
No.
alcohol
I think I was
because you look at them as they're just kids. They're
Yeah.
still
Yeah, I was like a sophomore in high school. And I was getting hammered as a sophomore. Like
Yeah.
shit faced.
oh yeah.
I don't think I drank before that. Maybe a little bit, some beers, but yeah, that's still super fucking.
You get it out of your system.
Yeah, wasn't like you
Jeff,
driving.
when did you first start?
Have you
getting-
started
getting
drinking
wrecked?
yet? You ever try a beer?
I was 27. No, I think I was 17.
It's not
I think I was
bad.
17.
You don't drink now, though, right?
No, I'm not a big drinker.
No.
I'm not a big drinker.
I don't blame you.
But I think I went to my first job was at Shaw's Supermarket. I went to like one of the parties one of the older kids were throwing, and they had like Jello shots and shit. And then I was just like, had
Party
four or
time.
5
Jeff
of
is
those.
like,
I was-
woo.
Jeff, you should drink all the time. Look how we turn out, right?
Jeff's gonna like, one day I'm gonna be a sound guy. I promise. On the big
I have
podcast.
peaked in life.
You got what you wanted, man. You're welcome. That's all I'm saying.
Good stuff.
Oh, by the way, so I could not find any 18 and older. Basically, everything I found says you have to be 18 to work there, but there's nothing. It's all 21. Anything.
Well,
that
they're not.
says
It
on
might
top.
not be on the internet. Like, you know what I'm
I-
saying?
they're
These
probably
were
not
down.
advertising.
These were like, yeah, these were like hidden gems.
Well,
Remy's, the bar 1 and the bar 2. Those are
Yeah.
off the top of my head.
Yeah,
You couldn't get into Remy's because there was always a line. You could go to the bar,
which is across. Yeah, across.
which
Mm.
was even worse. And then there was the bar 2.
That's
There
right.
was like 4 or 5 if you were.
Yeah, it's all like hidden secret type shit where it's like people knew, but
So were you high school at the Remy's time?
no.
Was that college?
No, I
was
think
that
I was
college?
just entering college. Yeah, I was actually right after high school because that's when we started. Yeah, I was 18.
I was going to New Bedford every now and then. I was going to the Catwalk.
Yeah, catwalk.
Catwalk was a spot. I don't know what it is now. It's like
Shit, we're old motherfuckers. man.
Irish bar now.
Fucking
Yeah,
my
that was a spot though.
Yeah, catwalk.
And like oddly enough, I never went to Billy's Cafe to drink
Me
in
either.
Fall River.
Me either.
We're
We're
at,
at-
where Billy's
We're at Billy's
was,
Cafe. Yeah,
which is crazy because I hear great
Billy's
things
right
about it,
there,
but-
dead at the corner. He's a
Billy-
skeleton now.
No one's found him yet.
It's Billy Skeleton.
Good stuff.
Well, I'm fresh out of topics. I don't know about you fellas.
Oh yeah, I've been out of topics for the last half hour. All I had on my paper was we're back and Jazel.
So I got
Scott's
say
still
funny
on
stuff.
Scott still on
Scott,
men's
Scott just
health
has
magazine
men's
for-
health, all
General
things
Fitness.
sexual. Erections.
Well, shit, man, it feels good to be back.
Yeah,
This is good.
solid. Yep.
Definitely,
It's good. I like the feel of this. I like this little round table here.
it's a good setup, man.
Yeah, it's an interesting
It's
spot.
not exactly round.
Nice and dark and dank.
Yeah,
Like it.
it's a nice feel. So, Jeff, I mean, if you want to be on camera, we're gonna have to.
We can set something up.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll be getting different every week. We'll be improving somehow. Proving something.
Absolutely. This is kind of the beta. This is the
Yeah.
beta episode where we test it out.
Episode 48, man.
48.
Ton in, guys.
Don't you dare disrespect James.
I know. You have to always, you have to always take care of
I'm
James.
always gonna stick up for James,
We got to come up with a name
especially
for you,
after
man.
putting up that green screen.
Fuck yeah, man. Hey, I helped him a little bit, kind of. Not really.
Kind
but
of, sorta.
I
dude.
clipped the top on, dude.
James is kind of the linchpin that like holds us all together. Right?
You
Yeah,
say lynch?
To be honest, yeah.
You racist son of a
Well,
bitch.
I'll see
You hear this shit, James? He told me to talk. Sound guy
said
Jeff.
lynch.
That's sound guy Jeff's way of like trying to. Hey, just so you know, you're a linchpin.
I say we wrap it up. We go
So
to
wait.
Mr. Chicken.
So
I know.
for the future of Whatever Bro podcast,
Yep.
I mean, we could bring in guests.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
We could do segments. I was thinking that too.
We
Do
gotta.
you, do you have any guests in mind?
Do you have any segments in mind?
I've got a few comics that would like to come on here, probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And maybe segments like we could do fan questions or
Like we used to,
we
man.
could do current events.
We
Like
have-
Jeff
we-
gives us the current events or the fan questions.
Listen,
Oh, remember
we-
Google Search Mania? We would just type something into
Google
Google the
Search
first time. Yeah.
We have capabilities here where we can do little screens with something separate.
Yep.
Like if it comes to that,
James got it. Yeah.
it's a lot better than what we had before.
So we can do like a screen in screen. So
Kind of, yeah, like a picture in picture.
I think with the next episode we should go back old school and possibly do fan comments, fan questions.
Okay, yeah.
Those are always fun. So fans would ask questions anonymously. We answer them live on air, and it gives us
It's not exactly anonymous. Their name.
No,
is-
we don't-
Oh,
but we don't-
Yeah.
say their name out loud. Like
Correct.
I see it, but yeah. So
Yeah, I'm down with
we should
fan
bring
questions.
those back. This
Yes.
is a
Hey, maybe we can get the new mayor on.
who the fuck's
I will say before we sign off though, that podcast that we did, it was fucking boring because we were talking about mayor shit.
I
We couldn't be our 100% selves. We were kind of like 75% ourselves So we're talking to the mayor. I could just tell by the sound of our voice that we were kind of just like being nice.
That's why I was on the sidelines most of the time. Just be like, I just want to ask him, do you get mayor pussy or what? Do you get good mayor pussy?
Yeah.
And I had to just, I had to be normal.
I think Scott did ask about mayoral pussy at one point.
I might have somehow formed my question like,
Yeah.
so how's the mayoral vagina going?
I think you said mayor groupies.
Yeah, mayor groupies. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, because you're not, you don't.
And he was
you
like,
don't- and it's tough because you don't follow the local
I don't
politics.
know shit. I know nothing.
So having him on, it was just like,
Yeah, I was like, who's this guy?
luckily we asked enough decent questions, but I could tell we couldn't just be our
No.
regular selves. So
We'll
I
never do
might
that
stay
again.
away from politics.
Yeah, I'll never do. And if we do though, we'd let him know we're not gonna fucking, cater to you. We're
He's
gonna
just
be.
like, oh, we'll develop the waterfront, and we're gonna do this.
I
We're
was
gonna get marijuana dispensaries here, and all.
Scott was snoozing.
Scott was fast asleep. Scott was just like, "What's legislation?"
Who's mayor? Who? What's going on? Yeah.
But that was one of our most viewed episodes, right?
Correct. We had a solid 8,500 views.
Wow. Those were the days.
Yeah,
We got to get them numbers back up.
85
Now we
hundo.
have 85 views.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think not to like speak internally here, but
Speak internally.
it's
please.
speak internally.
Yes, please.
It's like wherever we're posting, like we don't even know at this point where we're posting our feed.
Yeah, this is a. I don't want to say it's a trial run, but it's a
It is.
first.
It's a total
yeah.
trial run.
So we gotta figure out what's going on and get Jeff involved again more, and then we're gonna do some segments like we used to do.
Absolutely
Organized segments. We had Google Search Mania, which was awesome. Which Google Search Mania, if you remember, you just type one word into Google, and I put the first 5 things that come up, and you have to guess. So if I put why does my, the shit that comes up is remember that is
yeah,
just
no, that's a good one.
and you'd be like, what? And the thing, and that's basically what people are searching for the most.
Yep.
So it's sick. Some of the questions, like I think one was like, why did my, and the answer was like, mom kill my father. Some
Yeah.
fucking crazy. Like that many people have typed that shit in. You know what I mean? So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we'll get to that absolutely.
Yeah. Episode 2 will be interesting.
Yeah. Well, I got to piss.
49. Yeah.
So
So episode 48, we're wrapping it up.
yeah,
Wrapping it up, I'd say all in all successful.
this is fun.
You know
This
what's
is-
crazy?
feels
We,
good to
we,
get back at
we
it.
had very limited topics, and we just didn't shut the fuck up.
No, which is good, right? You're supposed to do that in a
Couple
podcast.
of
Yeah, no,
chatty
that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
The minute you get silence,
We had one dead silence.
bueno.
One dead silence.
why we
Jeff came in and
that's why we
swooped in.
have
and let's
Jeff.
let's be honest, that dead silence lasted for maybe a second.
No, we kill it, bro. Listen, just keep telling yourself you're awesome and you'll believe it. That's what I do every night. You're awesome, Scott. You're awesome.
You're awesome. You look in the mirror with your shirt off.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
Scott.
You're
You do
jacked.
curl- you do
You're
curls,
amazing.
You do curls.
Everyone loves you. All right, good night. And that's how I get by every day. You're as cool as you think you are. All right, and I think I'm
Absolutely.
fucking awesome.
You are so cool.
Well, hey,
So thanks for joining us
Thanks for
here on the
tuning in.
Whatever Bro podcast. Jeff, even though we can't see you, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having, and thanks for sound guy James.
hell yeah,
Yeah, James hooked it up. He's the MVP as far as
James.
I'm
Without
concerned.
you, we'd be talking and 3 people would be watching.
Exactly.
Me, Joe, and Justin. So thanks for
this
fucking
would
hooking
have
us up.
looked bootleg if
Yeah,
James wasn't around.
he was all him. We had
Because
nothing
we
to do
have
with it.
no faith in Jeff.
Shout out
That's
Mike Heron.
obvious.
Mike Heron
Yeah,
making it
Hurricane
happen.
Studios.
Jeff and James will be having a knife fight after the show. to determine the true
Who will
sound
be
guy.
the true sound guy?
All right.
Thanks. This is the worst sign off ever.
A rambling 10-minute sign off.
We got to recover from that. All right, ready, guys?
All right, guys. My
All
piss
right,
burns.
hey.
I'm out of here.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
James, just shut us off mid
All right,
while we're talking.
Tune in next time. And James, you can interrupt me anytime you want.
I don't even know if we're on
Thanks
the
for
air.
joining
I
us.
hope you just stop it.
Hurricane Studios. And we're out.